there, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, Grow with Ami, also known as the Mind, Body and Soul channel. On this channel, you'll be getting the best tips and advice to grow in all aspects of your life, especially emotionally, mentally, and psychologically, and in addition, physically. If you're ready to feel good inside out, then you've gotten to the right place. Moving on to today's topic, which is going to be the questions you have to ask your partner before you start anything, or even while in the relationship. It is a necessity to ask these questions in order to get to know the person better and to understand yourselves and to actually know what the both of you are getting yourselves into. I hope you get that. So let's move into the number one question. These questions would actually have like a part 1 and part 2 and part 3, because I want to analyze and break down these questions and why you should ask your partners these questions. Number 1, do you think it's better to stay friends with exes or to cut ties with them? You have to ask your partner this question. Reason why is because some people don't see it as an issue to talk to their exes. Right? Your partner might not see it as an issue, but you being a person, you being a human being, you might have an issue with it. So if you don't communicate these things with your partner or ask your partner these questions to know their opinions, then you might just end up assuming this, that, and that. So you have to ask these questions to get to know your partner better. Number 2, do you want to be in a relationship right now? You have to ask the person if they actually want to be in a relationship. Yes, both of you might have been in a relationship or you are currently in a relationship. But what if the person does not actually want to be in a relationship? Have you thought about that? There are actually people that do not want to be in a relationship, but due to one or two reasons, they just decide that let me just be in a relationship. It's not that they want to actually be in a relationship, they just want to feel what it is to be in a relationship. So if you're with that kind of person and you don't ask this kind of questions, then at the end of the day you end up assuming, or you keep on assuming what you're not supposed to be assuming. So it's better to just ask these questions. Number 3, who do you turn to when you need an honest advice? So this question is actually kind of deep, because there are people in this life or in this world that we are in that do not have people that talk to them. They don't have anybody that they listen to. And once you're in a relationship with this kind of person, that is the beginning of your problem. First of all, that is the beginning of your problem. Because if you're dating someone that does not have who can talk to them and they are going to listen, imagine if you will have 1 or 2 quarrels. How do you expect to manage that thing? Who do you want to report them to? Who do you feel like when you report to this person, your boyfriend or your girlfriend is going to listen and you guys are going to be on good terms? You have to ask this question. You have to know exactly who that person is that you can talk to when your partner pisses you off or just get on your nerves and you don't feel like talking to them. You truly have to have that person. Moving down to number 4. Do you see yourself being a parent one day? You can see this question. All the questions are actually deep, but some are just deeper than themselves. You have to know if one wants to become a parent one day. There are people that maybe due to the trauma they went through being kids, they do not want any other person to go through it. So they've actually decided that they do not want to give birth. To be very honest, there are people like that. So you have to ask your partner, babe, do you actually want to be a parent one day? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to have a boy? Do you want to have a girl? How do you want to treat our children? You have to ask these questions. It's not before you guys get married and person start acting up and doing all sort of ill-mannered attitude that you now be like, I should have done this. That is why I'm here. That is why this channel is here for you. You have to like talk about these things at the early stage of the relationship, not when it comes to marriage. No, you are not supposed to do that. When you're in a relationship, you ask these questions to get to know the person better, because at the end of the day, if you don't ask, you end up regretting. I bet you end up regretting. Moving down to number 5. Where do you stand to be an honest person or a dishonest person? Okay, let me tell you something about this question. If you ask someone this question, it would take time for the person to answer, because we ourselves at times we don't know who we are. It's normal. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we stand. So you asking your partner this question is going to trigger somewhere in their brain, which is necessary. You don't just have to be all about I love you, I love you, I love you. Love should stay one side. Like, love should pack itself one side. There are other things to talk about. There are other things to focus on, for crying out loud. Ask the person, are you an honest person or you're a dishonest person? Where do you stand? If the person tells you I'm an honest person, you don't have to believe that until you see or the person shows it in his or her character. If the person tells you I'm a dishonest person, then you have to like believe and not believe, because answering of that question is kind of deep, right? Let me just give you the last one. Do you think you are over with your ex? Do you have to ask the person if he or she is over with his or her ex? Because there are some people, they are not over with their ex, but they move into another relationship. It is a normal thing in this world that we are in. So you have to ask. So it's not be as if you are talking to the person and the person is not listening, and the person keeps on doing the same wrong thing every single time. You have to ask these questions for the sake of your mental health and well-being. So this will be the end of today's topic. There would be more questions for you to ask your partner. After this, there will be a part 2, part 3. There are so many questions you have to ask your partner. So stay tuned to this channel to learn more and hear more questions you have to ask your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and share your comments concerning these questions. Tell me how you feel about them. Do you think they are necessary for you to ask, or you just have to leave the person alone and face the consequence? Thanks for watching. I love you all. Bye.